Okay, welcome everybody. Looking at NASDAQ again, Asian session. There was a good inception model entry here and I missed it, wasn't looking at the time. So I want to see if we can get another entry. We do have this imbalance right here. So this was the inception model. See, this delivered very quickly. I'm looking at my other screen. I'm also looking at S&P. This will be just me showing how you can approach, if you missed the ideal setup, how you can approach this. We did have basically this swing high and this swing high, relative equal highs, and this imbalance here. So it's looking good. I want to go short right here. Wherever. So my stop will be just above 10-point stop, just a little bit above this candle high, giving room to breathe. And you can see this low even is enough for a 2-hour trade. So Asian scalp will target a little bit more like a 2.3-hour trade. Well, and technically actually this wick did go back inside. Well, actually never mind. Yeah, we do have an imbalance here. But the idea is to short because we had this displacement with two up close candles, basically your order block. And price is just retracing to giving us an opportunity to go short again. You can honestly consider these two lows here as your relative equal lows too, because this is a swing low and this is a swing low. So it's okay if you are very new to the channel. It's totally fine if you don't understand everything that I'm doing here. It's totally normal. I'm just, again, the whole idea of this series is just to show my view of price action and how I approach it, right? So if you keep studying, maybe if you come back to this video 6 months later or even a year later, I'm pretty sure you will understand things more clearly. If right now certain something does not make much sense to you. But the overall idea, and I'm trying to explain the best that I can in the simplest terms possible. The overall idea is really just to get in sync with bearish price action. We missed the ideal setup based on the model I'm showing on YouTube. And price is given an opportunity to enter again. So this is looking good actually. We did have some drawdown, basically 5 points drawdown, a little bit less. Yeah. Not even 5 points, so that's good. And once again, time is 8:48. So it qualifies usually based on my rules. I usually look for setups between 7 and 9, the latest 9:30. This is kind of a little bit of a late setup. And of course, time matches on my computer. You can see everything's done real time. Potentially, I would like to see price go below this low. But if it doesn't, I don't care, because this is enough. As you can see, this risk reward is enough to get my pound of flesh from the market and be done. I want this to be my last trade for the week. Kind of tired, honestly. I'm also looking at my other screen. I'm looking at S&P, looking at its price action, and it looks good to me. Yeah. And the main reason also really behind this setup is price went inside the imbalance, and this swing high created your equal highs. So an imbalance inside the equal highs, usually it's a very sweet spot to target, for targeting purposes. If you are in a trade, let's say if you, I don't know, bought this will be your entry here, exit here. Just giving you an example, I would not enter here, not based on what I see in my models. Or it can be a potential area for reversals too, once price gets inside that zone. This is looking good to me. Yep. And if you want, you can really look at these lows as your relative equal lows. Swing low, based on ICT's definition, right? And swing low here. And we do have a tiny imbalance basically right here too. Let me just remove this. So in a way, this is the complete opposite of, almost the same as this here. So equal highs, imbalance, equal lows, imbalance. And that's what I'm targeting here, as you can see. So at this point we are 65, about 1 R in profit. I don't want to move my stop just yet. I'll move it when we get close to 1.5. And obviously I'm not taking any partials either. So we do have some price rejection. That's fine. And this imbalance kind of here. We should see price resuming. I see price going lower again. It's been what, 11 minutes? Yeah. Okay, this looks good. We should see this low being broken soon enough. Yeah. Yeah, I would like to see this low being broken within the next few minutes. And we are approaching the end. We're approaching 9 p.m. so I'm not surprised that this setup is taking longer to play out, as opposed to, let's say, this setup that happened right around, what was it? This was around 8 o'clock. Yeah, so this happened very fast. Alright, come on, let's break this low already. So that's just another point that you don't want to stick around for too long during Asia. You want to get your setup and be done with it, because it might consolidate, might take longer to play out, especially if you're doing it closer to the end of 9 p.m., 9:30. There's definitely nothing to look for after 10 p.m. And sometimes there are setups that form at 10 p.m. and after, but it's just, again, not high probability conditions. If it does play out, you're probably just being lucky, and at least in my experience, I lost I lost a lot of trades when I was trying to trade past 10 p.m. And you can compare this trade to the previous video that I did, the volume 5. That trade took like what, 6 or 7 minutes, and it was early in the session. And now we are in 16 minutes, and this is just consolidating. It's time to break. We have this low and this low, so come on, it's time to break these lows already and go lower for our final objective. Once price gets below these lows, I'm just going to move my stop at break even. Okay, good, finally. With my stop loss. Okay, this is good. Perfect. Perfect. I see price tanking. And we got our objective. Oh, look at that. Well, so actually, this was good. Again, don't worry if this happens and your target is earlier. I mean, you have less of a target in terms of pips, points. We're just sticking to the rules. Asian session, get in, get out, get your anywhere between 2.5 odd trades on any days except Monday. Today's Wednesday. So perfectly met our criteria. Okay. With that being said, hopefully you find this also useful and interesting. And I'll talk to you next time, alright? Be safe.